Hello and welcome to Broadcast in Bed with your host, Brendan Getchis. First, in national news, the White House is planning to announce the new initiative to fix its roof after a long week of reported leaks. There is an ongoing search for contractors that will accept non-union $0 deposit pay following completion agreements. This was decided after the White House had sent someone to drive by the local Home Depot and was confused to find nobody standing outside. Over the weekend, a classified intel report suggests that Donald Trump had revealed highly classified intelligence to the Russian foreign minister and ambassador when they had visited the White House last week, the same meeting that the United States reporters were barred from, while pictures of the meeting were then given to Russian news. This is like a friend saying they're not doing anything Saturday night, then their Snapchat story is selfies of them at your favorite bar with Russian intelligence agents. The White House has defended itself, saying no sources or methods, just common threats were revealed, as the intelligence pertained to ISIS. Donald Trump has gone to Twitter, pretty much sounding like a Scooby-Doo villain. I would have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for you meddling journalist. In international news, bodyguards of Turkish leader Erdogan took down some protesters while visiting Washington, D.C. And while this did happen in the United States, I'm putting it here for hopes it will develop into an international faux pas, as I'm completely confident that this was just a small miscommunication of cultural norms, and it's very easy to understand why the Turkish may be confused. See, in the United States, you are free to protest the political leadership, even up to the highest levels. While in Turkey, if the president does not approve of your protest, you are hunted down, beaten up, and then tortured in prison until they see fit. These little differences, combined with the tricky issue of diplomatic immunity, can create these awkward situations. Here's the video.
Back across.
Who's that last guy trying to walk around and kill Steele while they're already down on the ground? Senator Quoty McQuoteface has commented the Turkish ambassador should get the hell out, while the State Department has said, officially, we communicated our concerns to the Turkish government, meaning nothing's gonna happen. In business news, music streaming service Spotify, the little green line thingy on your computer, is looking to make some real green, as sources indicate to Reuters that the company will go public in a direct listing on the New York Stock Exchange. Spotify is currently valued at $13 billion and is attempting to successfully sidestep underwriters' fees when listing. Typically, when a company goes public, they raise more shares by offering investors the opportunity to buy shares before going on the market. But Spotify would be charged for the service of being evaluated and the marketing behind it. Spotify wants to avoid these annoying parts, like how I tried to turn down the volume to avoid their annoying commercials. There are drawbacks to this strategy, as Spotify needs to rely on its already existing shares to be put up on the market, since there will be no new ones created specifically for trading. In addition, they don't get the traditional courting period, with major buyers. So they need a big opening with colorful signs and fireworks, like that furniture store down at the strip mall. Spotify hopes their existing base, a new deal with Universal Music, and their unique approach to going public will leave them whistling a happy tune. In popular news, France has declared war, a cultural war, on Netflix movie streaming. This fight began with a Cannes Film Festival rule change for 2018, which will deny any movies without a French cinema release. A dueling challenge to Netflix, which continues to evolve by producing films for only stream release, including 2 entries this year into the Cannes Film Festival. Now, Cannes just happens to be the sad child stuck in the middle of 2 divorcing parents. The traditional cinema system versus the internet stream. Being required to release in French cinemas triggers the important French cultural exception, a national tax on revenues from movie sales in France of all forms. Cinema, physical copies including DVD, and streaming. This is in order to continue to fund independent filmmaking within the country. This exception bars films from being streamed for 3 years as part of an established order for release. The films have to start on the big screen, and then go to pay-per-view, then television, then a mass streaming service, which conveniently gives French cinema owners a monarchy over the initial views of a film, which would then fall to the Netflix reign of terror as they stream Cannes films straight to the people, giving them cake and letting them eat it too. Discussions to change this timeline are being formed, but in the meantime, we need a voice of reason. So the media turned to Will Smith, a member of the Palme d'Or selection committee this year. He reported that his family enjoys lots of movies. And specifically, there's very little cross between going to the cinema and watching what they watch on Netflix. It's like fine cinema and streaming are these 2 different worlds that you could almost say are alien to each other. Right, Will? And that is all the news I have for you this week. Thank you so much in joining me for Broadcast in Bed with your host, Brendan Getchis. But now I do have a final special announcement. After 2.5 months and 10 amazing episodes, it's starting to become that important time when spring transforms into summer, and important people get a little time off, like teachers, Congress, college kids, me. So I want to thank you again for joining me, but for now, I'm going to take a little break until summer officially begins. You can stay there if you want. I'll just see you back in 30 days.